You ever have someone push a boundary so small, so insignificant, that you feel crazy for caring? Like you're being unreasonable, rigid, too uptight. But deep down, you know it's not about the thing. It's about the principle. It's about respect. This is the story of how a $75 parking spot nearly cost me my sanity, my safety, and revealed a betrayal so calculated I'm still processing it. My name is Marcus. I'm 26. I live in a modest apartment complex. I work a 9 to 5. I pay my bills on time. I don't ask for much, just respect. Just basic courtesy. Just people not taking what's mine. And one neighbor decided that was too much to ask. I moved in 2 years ago. It's not luxury, but it's clean, quiet, decent neighbors. When I got here, I paid extra for a covered parking spot, $75 a month. Not cheap, but worth it. No roasting car in summer, no ice in winter. The spot is mine, legally, contractually. I pay for it every month. About 6 months ago, a new neighbor moved in. Early 40s, professional looking, always had a coffee in his hand. We did the small talk thing. He seemed friendly, normal. Then 2 months later, he approached me in the parking lot. I was unloading groceries. He walked over with a casual smile. "Hey man, you work 9 to 5, right?" I said, "Yeah." "So your spot sits empty all day, huh?" I laughed, not sure where he was going. "I mean, yeah, I'm not home." Then he asked, "Any chance I could use it during the day? My girlfriend visits. Just while you're gone, you'd never know." In that moment, I had a choice. I could have said yes. I could have been the cool neighbor, the flexible one, the easygoing one. But something in my gut said no. Because I pay for that spot. It's mine. That's the point of paying. You get to decide how it's used. So I politely said no. He said he understood. No big deal. We parted ways like it was nothing. I thought that was the end of it. I was so wrong. It started subtle. A week later, he brought it up again. New angle. "My girlfriend had trouble finding parking. You sure you can't help me out?" Same answer. "Sorry. I pay for it. It's mine." He walked away annoyed. It was in his body language. Then it became a pattern. Every time I saw him, he brought it up. "Taking out the trash. Still not using that spot during the day, huh?" "Getting the mail. My girlfriend parked 3 blocks away yesterday." He kept changing his argument. "It would help my business. It would help my schedule. You're not using it anyway." One day he offered me $20 a month. $20 for a spot I pay $75 for. The insult was almost worse than the request. It wasn't about the money, it was about entitlement. And I didn't realize it then, but this wasn't about the spot. This was about a man who didn't understand boundaries, who saw other people's property as optional, who believed that if he kept pushing, I'd break. And I almost did. Constant pressure wears you down. You start questioning yourself. Am I being unreasonable? Is this worth the tension? Maybe I should just give in. I even asked friends. One said, "Just let him use it, not worth the drama." Another said, "You're being too rigid." I almost listened, but I didn't. And then one day I came home early. It was a Tuesday, dentist appointment at 2 p.m. I left work early, came home around 3:15. I pulled into the parking garage and instantly felt something off. His car was in my spot. Fully, deliberately, in the space I pay for. The space I've told him multiple times he can't use. I had to park across the complex in Visitor. I was shaking, angry. I took a photo, then texted him, "Your car is in my spot. Move it." He replied instantly. "Didn't think you'd be home. Can you just park in Visitor today? I'm in the middle of something." The audacity. No apology, no ownership, just I should be inconvenienced because he decided my no didn't matter? I texted, "Move it." 10 minutes passed. 10 long minutes. I stood in the garage, waiting, fuming. Finally, he came down. Not rushing, walking casually. He got in, backed out, and as he passed me, he said, "You're being unreasonable about a spot that sits empty most of the day." No apology, just blame. I parked and went upstairs, but I knew it wasn't over. People like him don't stop. They escalate. That night, I couldn't shake it. If he felt entitled to my parking spot, what else did he feel entitled to? So I started paying attention. His story about his girlfriend didn't add up. She was never there. The times he used my spot weren't random. Always Tuesday afternoons, Thursday mornings. Always when I was supposed to be gone. I took a sick day the next week. Left my car in Visitor so he'd think I wasn't home.
At 11:30 a.m., he came out, walked straight to my spot, sat in his car. A few minutes later, another car pulled up. A woman got out, not the girlfriend he mentioned, someone else. She got in with him. They talked. Then they both went into his apartment. He wasn't using my spot for convenience. He was using it for secrecy, for affairs, for rendezvous he didn't want traced back to him. And then I discovered something worse. My roommate, just like in your previous story, had been helping him. She'd been texting him updates about my schedule, when I left, when I'd be home, when it was safe for him to use my spot. I checked my phone records. Her number and his were linked constantly. I confronted her. She broke down. She confessed everything. Said she didn't think it was serious. She was just helping a friend who was deceiving and betraying me. I told her to pack. She had 30 days. She cried, she apologized, she begged. I didn't care. You'd think that would be the end, but Mark didn't stop. He kept parking in my spot for a few minutes at a time, moving when he saw me, leaving notes on my car calling me difficult and uncooperative. Then management got involved. A note on my door. A complaint had been filed about me. Mark told them I was harassing him, that I was territorial, that I was causing conflict. Management believed him. They called me in. The property manager said, "It's just a parking spot. Maybe you should be more flexible." He offered to pay you for it. $20 for a $75 spot. I showed her photos, my lease, everything. She said, "We just want to maintain a peaceful community." I walked out defeated, not because I was wrong, but because I realized the system wasn't built to protect the person with boundaries. It was built to avoid conflict, even if that meant enabling the person causing it. 2 weeks later, the breaking point. I came home Friday evening. His car was in my spot, again. But this time, he was standing there with another woman, laughing. Like, none of this mattered. I parked in Visitor, walked straight toward them, shaking with anger. The moment he saw me, his smile dropped. The woman left. I said, "Move your car, now. And if you ever park here again, I'm calling a tow truck." He said, "You're really gonna make this a big deal. It's just parking." I said, "It's not just parking. It's respect." He moved, but as he left, he said, "You're going to regret making an enemy of me." That night, I cried. From anger, from exhaustion, from feeling powerless, from realizing I'd tried so hard to be responsible and respectful, and he'd made me feel like none of it mattered. I called an attorney friend, told him everything. He listened, then said, "Marcus, this is harassment. You have rights." He helped me draft a cease and desist letter. We sent it to Mark and management included photos, dates, text messages, everything. The next day, management called. Different tone. They realized they'd protected the wrong person. Mark was issued a formal warning. If he parked in my spot again, he'd be toned. If he contacted me about it, he'd violate his lease. He finally stopped, but the damage was done. So what would I have done differently? Honestly, nothing. I handled it right. I said no, I documented everything, I escalated when necessary. But here's what I learned. Some people hear no as a challenge, not a boundary, a negotiation. If I could go back, I'd be more direct. No back and forth, just the answer is no. I won't discuss it again. Then walk away. I also would have gone to management sooner. Reason doesn't work on entitlement. And here's what I want anyone watching this to know. Your boundaries are valid, even if they seem small. Even if others call you unreasonable. You pay for something, you control it. Period. The people who pressure you to be flexible are usually the ones who benefit from your flexibility at your expense. Don't fall for it. Mark eventually moved out. I don't know where, I don't care. My roommate is gone, my spot is mine, my life is stable again. But I'm different. More careful, more direct, less willing to be flexible for people who don't respect me. And honestly, that's a good thing. If you're dealing with someone who keeps pushing your boundaries, who makes you question yourself, who gaslights you into thinking you're the problem, trust your gut. Stand your ground. You're not alone. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one.